this is your first time here. How you found out about this place?
Hi everyone, Alok here from Vizag Startup, local startup community. I also run an services company, and then I also invest into domain names. Currently focusing on developing some of my domain names. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. This is Satish. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Spotmiss and Ready.io. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Krishna. I'm one of the co-founders of Aegeon Dynamic.
Hi, I'm Prithvi. I'm the other co-founder for Aegeon Dynamic.
Hi, my name is Srinivas. I'm the one of the partner in Tome Agro Private Limited.
Hello, Namaste. My name is Raju Simha. I'm a co-founder of Tomi Agro Private Limited.
I myself, Abubakar, I'm studying in Andhra University, first year BTech Mechanical Engineering.
Hi everyone, my name is Sajashi. I'm studying first year BTech in Mechanical Engineering, Andhra University. My name is D. Lakshman. I am studying first year Mechanical Engineering. Same.
Thank you. Still setting up? Yes. Okay. So we need a few more minutes to set up the laptop. It's a little bit more complicated than any other location. So that's something that we and since all three of the speakers today, the two, actually both of you being there, since all of you have a presentation, we'll have to wait for that to happen. So please give us a few minutes, and including the speakers, he has his own presentation also. Just a quick outline of the rules for the meeting, or rather some guidelines that we follow over here. At any given point of time, we would like one person to be speaking in the auditorium. If you need to take any phone calls, things like that, please step outside. In the meantime, please put your phones in silent mode. Also, the startup pitches, for both of you, you have a maximum of 10 minutes to do your pitch, and then 5 minutes for Q&A. We will, since we have only a few people, we may not have an open mic. We'll see what happens. And for the speaker session, 20 to 25 minutes of speech, of the speech, and 5 minutes for Q&A. Enough, right? Right. And then we will have the open mic session. So before we get started, since we have one more person coming in, your quick introduction.
So this is Varun. So this is Varun. I'm a business strategy research analyst in TCS. So I'm exploring the world of startups and, of course, got through some ideas which depend on blockchain. So I was searching for some events on blockchain and I came across this. So I feel this gives an opportunity to network with people.
Yes. From what I remember, Satish and his company started off from talking to us over here about blockchain and their idea about blockchain, but they pivoted from blockchain to other things, and while still pursuing merged it. So they merged it with other ideas, but because their passion has been in blockchain, we have only a few people that we are aware of. But how did you find out about us?
I was randomly searching for events. I actually work in Chennai, so I have a trip to Vizag. So I thought if there is some event, I could attend it. So that's how I found it on Instagram, page of TIE.
Good job, Tejaswini. Good job. He's the one who's promoting the eye-related things recently. Until then, I was doing that, but she started helping out because I need to help. I need her to help me with the reach. So we'll do a couple of things also. again, because of the delay, in a different order. I'll also like to fill in some announcements that normally we leave to the end of the session. One announcement that we have is on the 27th and 28th of this month, we have a HackAP hackathon series that we've been doing every alternate month. This time the hackathon is on healthcare and wellness. The registration form and registration details are out. If anybody wants to participate, please do. Of course, if you want to sponsor because you're in that field, that's also available. That is, and for the first time in Andhra Pradesh, as far as I know, on the 27th of January, we are conducting a drone triathlon. You've heard of Olympics and decathlons and pentathlons and so on. So we're doing that now with a drone, with drones. We have a drone triathlon planned for the 27th of January. There will be 3 events that the teams that are registering will participate in. One is a speed race, the second one is an obstacle course, and the third one is a payload delivery. Small things that we decided we wanted to do a decathlon, but realized that it's too big for us to bite and decided to start small. So this year we'll leave it to a triathlon and then move forward. That's the second one. And then anybody who's looking at startups and entrepreneurship and you want to go through a course that actually handholds you with hands-on workshops, we have workshops planned starting from this month till August. Every single month, the last Tuesday and Wednesday of the month. The first one starting on this last Tuesday and Wednesday, which is the 30th and 31st of January. And it's a 2-day workshop, as you can tell, 30th and 31st. And all of these 8 workshops will be 2-day workshops. You'll be provided breakfast, lunch, and not breakfast, but snacks, lunch, and snacks. You have to pay a fee. There is a fee for regular people and a lower fee for students. And if you sign up for all 8 of the workshops, you get to also get a free annual membership to TIE as an associate member. So if you or anybody who's interested wants to attend, please sign up. We will put the details up there. Something still taking longer. Okay. So then we'll continue with the announcements. I'm hogging the mic today, but given that it's still being set up, the projector, we will be doing on probably the 2nd of February. We might do it earlier, but definitely on the 2nd of February, we are doing a workshop on a 1-day faculty development program on IP and innovation. The first workshop for the employment part is on ideation and innovation, right? Ideation and prototyping. Then, what else? Oh yeah. So, I am a part of an organization called TIE, TIE. It stands for the Indus Entrepreneurs. Ravi Ishwarapu, who is the CEO of AHUB, also happens to be the president of TIE Vizag, chapter of TIE Global. And I'm a part of that. As a part of that, there are different initiatives that happen. Some of these that you'll see on the logo, in case you've seen that in Instagram, the bottom you will see a logo for TIE. As a part of TIE's initiatives, there's a TIE Women, there's a TIE University, and there's a TIE Young Entrepreneurs Program. The TIE Young Entrepreneurs Program is for high school students, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. And we are starting a cohort, a batch that is going to be starting on the 20th of January. And we are only taking 30 people, and we've got exactly that registered already. So it's done. We are going to be, it's all now about execution. On the 20th, 27th, and 3rd of February, we are going to have a series of workshops for the children, and then they'll participate in a local contest and then a regional contest, and then they'll go to a finals, which is going to be online between one location is Hyderabad and the other location is the US. The next one is Thai University, which is now rebranded as TAIU because India doesn't allow university, the word university, to be used so easily. Therefore, it's called TAIU. TAIU is for college students and university students. That is again a program where you are put through a training program or about entrepreneurship, startups, and so on. And then you form your team and submit a startup idea. And as a part of that startup idea, you can I was worried they won't have an audience. Now they have an audience. Not bad. So I was talking about TAIU. So TAIU is you form your teams. There's a deadline of January 31st to submit your registration form. If you do that, then you are going to be a part of the chapter level contest. And if you win the chapter level contest, you get mentored a little bit more, and then you can go to the regionals and finals. The finals happen for TAIU in the US, and the prize money right now is has been reduced to only $25,000. But on the other hand, the investment that you get if you happen to have a winning idea, because there are a lot of investors that are going to be attending. Investment is about $500,000 that is there available for you if you happen to be a part of TAIU. If you want to know more about TAIU, you just go to Thai University, TIE university.org. Again, sorry for the projector not being ready, otherwise I would have given you a QR code and you could join. But Thai University, TIE university.org. And no? Okay. Is that what that's normally, we take students from member institutions, universities, and colleges that are a part of our the Thai chapter. But other chapters allow non-member institution colleges and students to also participate. By the way, that's open for college students who are currently students or who graduated 2 years before this June. So if you graduated in 2022, you're still considered a student and you can participate in this TAIU contest. So if you're interested, please go to that website, click on the registration link and sign up your startup, and we will contact you and we'll tell you about how to move things forward, or you can reach out to us afterwards. So okay, so now that that's all done, and I'm still holding on to the mic, I don't want to do that any longer. So, since there are 7 of you who come in, maybe you can introduce them.
Hey guys, this is Shaukat from third year BTech, Andhra University, and that's not my usual introduction. I don't introduce myself as a student of Andhra University for varied reasons. So, I am currently a AR/VR developer at Simitopia. This is just a 4-member startup. They're more into mechanical stuff. They're a service-based company. 4 of them work together and run simulations for multi-million-dollar companies like Hyundai. They ran one for Lamborghini something. Okay, so this was all to eat up time, and I don't know what to tell about myself. So I'm a full-stack web developer, and I'm more into coding. I've done a few part-time jobs. I've I've worked as CTO of a company called Edgemoon. You guys know Edgemoon? Okay, fine, that's fine. Okay, so yeah, so that's almost about me. Yeah, I'll pass the mic. Thank you.
Yeah, myself, Uday Santosh Kumar. I'm from the Institute of Engineering Technology. I'm currently a final year student and I'm the former leader of Geeks for Geeks student chapter at my college. And I'm also a freelancer and I love doing web development. And yeah, that's pretty much about me.
Myself, Tarun Kumar Pale, and I am from Anil Neekonda Institute of Technology and Sciences, and I am currently in my fourth year. I am also interested in web development. That's it.
Myself, Sai Deepak. I'm also from Delhi Institute of Engineering and Technology, fourth year. I'm a full stack developer.
Good evening, everyone. I am Tinaka Teja, BBA first in Nanda University.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Gautam. I'm from London Institute of Engineering and Technology. I'm the current technical lead of student chapter of Geeks for Geeks. I am very much into app development and web development. I am a full stack developer. That's it.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Shrikata Neti from London Institute of Engineering and Technology. So, I am current social media head of our campus, and also I am a UI UX designer and also a full stack developer and app developer too. Thank you.
So, thank you for coming. And since we have full stack developers and app developers and all of that, one of the persons that you might want to talk to is Satish. Anyone else looking for developers? The other one that you could look at is go to alcovex.studio and apply over there for openings if you are looking for something either after you finish or an internship right now. They take tons of people all the time, and of course, if you come to our hub, there are lots of other companies like Spotnews that are constantly taking interns. Behind Integrity is like just using that whole premises constantly to talk to interns. Okay, so since we are struggling with this, the next thing that I have as an option is that any of you, by any chance, can you actually start without a presentation? But it would be, if it would be good only to have your presentation, then we'll wait because.
I mean, we can just talk normally and network also, like after that is done.
Yeah, that's something that we can do, but I'm worried about the time. We've already used up all our time. 15 minutes, and half an hour. I have 1 hour and we will be at 5:40 instead of 5:30 without the open mic session. So that's why I'm a little worried.
Oh, you want to start the open mic right now?
Yeah, we could.
I mean, we can do the pitch. It's fine, right?
No, when you signed up, we want to make sure you get the full opportunity. Actually, as you must be aware, pitches usually you're only given about 4 or 5 minutes of time. We are trying to, over here, we give 10 minutes because we want to make sure that you're practicing your pitch and getting ready, and you get the kind of feedback that you need. You want to see if somebody in the office can help. Murthy would have been able to help. Okay, so we'll take the suggestion of going with an open mic for now. Does anyone have a startup idea that they'd like to talk about? You get 1 minute to talk about your idea, and then we'll give you feedback.
దయచేసి ఏం చేంజ్ చేయకండి సార్. ఏం సెట్ చేసి పెట్టినా డిస్కనెక్ట్ అయిపోతుందంటే ల్యాప్టాప్ షట్ డౌన్ చేసి మళ్ళీ ఆన్ చేయండి. 3 ల్యాప్టాప్ లాగా చేశాను. నేను ఏం చేయను. అడిగిన వాళ్ళకి అర్థం చెప్పి నేనేం చెప్తాను.
No problem. Actually, what we are talking about over here is just ideation, not anything more.
ఏదైనా ఒకసారి ల్యాప్టాప్ సెట్టింగ్లోకి వెళ్ళిపోకండి సార్. ఇవన్నీ సెట్ చేసి పెట్టుకుని ఉంటాం.
So,
మీరు
hi.
మార్చేసి వెళ్ళిపోయారు అనుకోండి.
This is Varun, as I've already introduced, and some of you have missed my introduction. So, I'm working as a business strategy research analyst at TCS. I work in the domain of BFSI. So, while I was working across this area of insurance, I've gone through something called telematics. So, is someone aware of what telematics is? Okay. So, basically, using IoT, they track the behavior of the one who drives the vehicle, and basing on the behavior, they assess the risk of the driver, and they charge a premium. So, when it comes to insurance, so how they charge insurance premium, right? So, if you are a smoker, you are charged more premium, the insurance premium that you pay monthly. If you are a smoker, where there is higher risk, your premium is generally high. So, when it comes to telematics, if the driving behavior is more risk, it's more risky, he's charged more premium. So, they came up with this technology called using IoT to assess the risk of the driver and then charge him a auto insurance premium basing upon the driver's behavior. So that's what you hear, I think most of you might seen this board called pay per use, pay as you drive. So these are the names they are calling it. So that being said, I've done some study across this segment, and I found out this area called transportation is a lot unorganized. Still, yes, there are apps, serving various needs of transports, but still this area seemed to be so much unorganized. And the reason why I felt it was my father is an auditor, so he works with some couple of small scale businesses, small SMEs, and many of them are into transportation sector. So I thought, why not an aggregator? Like most of the times, it's also up to the education of the shippers. So when you take transportations, there are two ends according to what I've learned. So there are two ends. One is shippers, and other one is transporter, and the other end is receivers, right? So most of the times I've observed these shippers, even if they want just let's say just some 50 kgs of load to be transported from one place to other place, they book for a truck which has over capacity. So there is almost everywhere this problem of dead cargo. So I thought from a shipper's end, like paying as less as he could is something which adds up to his cost efficiency, right? To describe what's cost efficiency, the amount that he's spending, to run business. To speak about it in a simple terms, so when he tries to utilize this dead cargo, let's say, what's your name, brother? Green. Yeah. Uday, yeah. So let's say Uday want to transport something from Madilpalam to somewhere near Srikakulam. Okay. So again, someone who wants to transfer something from Vijayanagaram to Srikakulam, I think everyone here are aware of maps, right? Everyone knows where Vijayanagaram, Srikakulam is. I assume that. So, Uday wants to transfer something from here to Srikakulam, and Varun wants to transfer something from Vijayanagaram to Srikakulam. Varun can just ask for a ride, right, of what Uday has booked. So, there is always like part load and full load thing. Like the transport that Varun books, he can just book for a truck which is going by the way, which already carries Uday's load, while it has some space for Varun's load as well. I think that's what actually caught my interest in building up a truck aggregator. So when I have come up with this idea, I know there are players in space, though they are not profitable yet. So there are players in space like Blackbugs, and there are other players who are not really like talked about in the startup space, but there are players in the space. But I believe with many transport providers not really aware of these kind of players, I believe still there is some space for this idea to be spread across and capture some market share. So that's what is all my ideas about. Any thoughts or additions or any improvements are welcome. So, before that, so what's your name?
Krishna.
Krishna. Thank you, Krishna sir, for just pushing me up here. It's been many days for me to talk out loud like this. Yeah. Yes.
No issues. No issues. How does your aggregator make money?
Yeah. Yes. So one more reason, like why I had come up with this particular idea is I've looked at Redbus. Guys, just if we look at the business model of Redbus, I hope nobody from Redbus is here. So if we look at the business model of Redbus, they don't own a bus. The risk is by the transport provider, let's say XYZ Travelers. That guy owns the risk. If something happens beyond expectation, that is the guy who is liable to the customer, right? But this guy, Redbus, is actually making percentage of it. And in a similar way, the transport are like we get tie up with the transport providers, like who are like very large in number in our country, I believe. This is a country where like there are papers like which measure GDP by transport. So like India with a very large scale SME sector and very large number of transport providers, I believe there is still scope for our company to just make partnerships and derive some commission out of the rides they get. So still I have done, though I cannot quantify that in this particular moment, I have read papers across many transporters being unprofitable. There are many trucks which are like just dead. There is a big dead cargo problem. Like there are many truck drivers who are not getting a ride. There are many transport companies which own multiple trucks. They're not still getting deals. So that's where like our company can go up, tie up with them, and like maybe we can make a win-win for both transport drivers, shippers, as well as our company. So this is basically that. Yeah.
Thank you, Varun. Thank you. Anyone else? Okay. We're still waiting for setup to happen.
It's like when something is important is happening, and it's automatically
Murphy's law.
starts updates.
Okay. So, one quick thing, just in Vizag itself, there is a company called Return Trucks. Return Trucks. It's actually one of the companies that's incubated at our hub, and they kind of do pretty much what you're talking about. Like you said, there are a lot of them, and some of them outside the country in the Philippines and Malaysia and so on are already doing very well, at least from the traction that they got and the money that they are making. I don't know if they're profitable, but they have traction and they have been generating revenues. Return Trucks pivoted already a couple of times. The points that they started off with was the dead cargo thing. A truck returning without any load to the home station. and they were trying to optimize that and bring somebody. You're talking more also about hitching a ride with the empty space, so a little bit of that. So, anyone else? Okay, because if you don't, then Alok is going to come talk about his domains, and we're going to be stuck listening to domain experts.
Yeah, no, guys.
I know. So, how did you happen to be from Lindy, Anits, and AU, and all of you? Schoolmates. All 6 of you.
We are seniors, they are juniors.
Seniors and juniors.
Yes.
Okay. All right, we are going to be continuing to struggle with the laptop and the projector. So, might as well get ideas.
Wait, so your entire team over there, that Geeks projects and everything, you guys don't have any ideas that you're working on right now?
No, they only do freelancing. Other people's ideas they execute.
No, they have an idea, they're talking about it.
We have some idea, but it isn't really cooked up.
Does it come? Like you think?
Mine as well isn't cooked up.
Not because, sir.
Go. Go to.
అది కనబడుతున్నారని కొంచెం ఇలా పెట్టాను ఓకేనా ఇలా ఉండని ఆయన కనపడకూడదు ఇలా పెట్టాను నేను చూస్తాను అందుకే
As I said, I'm Gautam from Learning Institute. My idea is about a music app where everyone can come and play together. It's like a playlist, you and me both can hear single music at a single time. Like, see, some people have fantasy like we both want to hear the same music in the same time, but there are 4 to 5 people are there in a single area. They can't hear music in earphones. Like in library, they can't. But they enjoy hearing the same music at the same time. They want to talk about. In library, we can't hear my speakers and everything like that. Now, for these guys, we want to make a app where everyone can, whoever uses our apps, they can accommodate our feature and use this app. And I have also have a feature like see in Spotify, Ghana, like these recent apps have a music download system which only downloads those music in a cloud storage. If you want to download the music, it will only store in the cloud storage. But most of the people wants to use this music store the music in the local storage. These apps doesn't allow that storage in the local mobile phones. We want to allocate this feature. Like, see, in few music apps, they only provide few amount of musics, only few albums or only few artists. But using this, we can hear songs from where you downloaded from internet. Also, we can upload this in our app and we can hear this. It's not a fully cooked up one. Yeah.
I have a technical question. So, how are you planning to synchronize the audio? Because right now, if you have like Spotify and stuff, right? there's always going to be like a 5-10 millisecond delay or latency gaps in all the people if they're listening to the same playlist. So I'm curious to know how you plan on synchronizing all of that.
For this kind of thing, we have WebSocket technology. For these kind of things only, we use this WebSocket technology like Socket.io. It uses the WebSocket technology and reduces the latency that has latency between servers and clients. I think most of you guys know about servers and clients request response technology, right? In normal server transactions, it has some latency, like even a single millisecond latency is also a latency, and we can't synchronize this. For this app, we have made a prototype which have used this Socket.io, and we reduced those latency, and this helped us in synchronizing the music. It's not fully synchronized, but we have gone to some stage that 50 or 60% synchronized.
I think your Socket.io is a great idea for that one. You can also synchronize it to like absolute like millisecond level or microsecond level if you use some things like there are things called pseudo-random code generators and everything. So what you kind of do is first you send back and forth between your client and your server a couple of times so that you get like a statistic of what your average delay is looking like. Then what you do is you basically put out like a pseudo-random sequence, and when these things go out, right, usually you see these things in like signal processing and RF engineering. That's how they lock in all the signals. So you can really, really reduce how fast what the delay is if you do some of these things. It's not simple, but you know, a few months of like reading up the math and trying to figure out how to implement it, you might be able to do it.
So, like, I think most of us are here aware of Clubhouse. There's an app called Clubhouse, right? Are you aware of it? Yeah. So in that we get to create a room. All the participants get to hear the same music. Like, if there are any inefficiencies in that particular thing, definitely this app might stand out. Like, if you are going about it, I mean, like, I advise you to look at what Clubhouse is offering. And when you mentioned about the offline download of the music, right? Like, I don't know if this is okay as per the regulations. I mean, yeah, I understand, but these are some checkpoints for you to, look back and see if everything is okay.
It's not a good idea.
Yeah, I understand. That's where I'm coming from.
Thank you for your brilliant inputs. Sir, I will try your idea. Even if it takes 2 or 3 months also, I will try to implement what you have said. Thanks for your input.
Thank you.
Should we declare the session as a rain? Rain. Assume that this is not going to work.
Okay, given that we are having the challenges and we really don't have any more time, we're going to be running really short, and we're going to push everybody to reduce the time that they're going to speak. What I'd like to do is I'd like to request all of you who are sitting in the back to come forward closer to here, occupy the seats in the first 2 rows, and then we'll use the laptop and just use presents from the laptop itself so that we can overcome the challenge of the projector for now. I'm really sorry for the technical difficulties and what we faced, but
back person look.
I can do 10 minutes.
మళ్ళీ వచ్చేవారు వస్తారా?
No issue. వాళ్ళకి ఇచ్చేసారని పెళ్లి టైం కావాలని చెప్పారు.
మొదలు పెడతారా? Desktop load చేశాను. Why are you going?
No, not that from this one.
Where's the office laptop?
Open this.
Good evening to all of you. My name is Srinivas, and my brother name is Raju. And we want to demonstrate and how in the terms of we belongs to agriculture sector, and also we want to explore our infrastructure along with next level how can we develop, that is there. And I am the alumni of Andhra University and also IIT Kanpur.
Yeah.
My presentation title is organic farming along with the indigenous organic farming along with equipments manufacturing. This is my company, Tomi Agro Private Limited, and it is established in July 2020, and right now it is going on this. And this is our rice bazaar at MEP. We are taking like from organic vegetables, all these things are grown at our crop, our agriculture field, and sent to the MEP, and we are doing the marketing. This is the only one location point. This is the main content. The content is that we are the farmers and also we are the marketing. Everything from start 0 to up to customer, we are doing at a single point location. And also we have grown 22 distinct type of farming we are doing that. And we have 15 acres we are doing that. And we have different units for demonstrating, and my infrastructure we have to demonstrate how we develop that. This is our nursery unit, and this is transplantation stage, how we develop this, and this is like growing stage, and this is next level, like before the harvesting, how it can be developed. Like this is the video in that, it is very good, might be, but this is total 15 acres. Yeah, this is harvesting stage of we are grading the material. This is, for example, per day we are extracting tomato 4 to 6 tons. Similarly like that, and same approximately it is going to the tons, not gauges. And if we are going to the tomato in our sector, in agriculture, our sector, we are supplying throughout the Vizag, not coming from outside. See the video. This is like grading is going on there, and similarly this is like discard. This is the capsicum is grading like that. Yeah, this is like brinjal. There are different types of is there, but we have demonstrated purpose only. I represented this, and this is my brother is I shown that, and you know to take the article from Muz about how we taken from farming to marketing through organic and chemical, but right now we are going to the organic condition. Yeah, this is my best farmer award. We get it this from Andhra Pradesh government in 2018. Yeah, this is my total cultivation land, like 15 acres. This is a big drawback.
ఇది అట్లీస్ట్ కనపడుతుంది వాళ్ళు మనం చూస్తారు కదా మీకు ఏం కనపడదు
ఏం చేయలేమండి అంటే లైక్ సిచ్యువేషన్ గోయింగ్ ఆన్ లైక్ దిస్
జోక్ చేస్తున్నాను అందుకని
yeah this is very why should we demonstrating like this is the completely very huge infrastructure. Per day we extracting the vegetables in terms of tons, not like kgs, and also we supplying only Vizag. If we will, our market will start. Vizag did not getting any from other states. Only my product only, like it is enough to this. It is also enriched with AI also in this. Yeah. This is our idea of from 2020 to 2023, and we have different sales like from year wise. And initially from starting we took 10 acres by using cultivate area of 5 acres. After that we took 15 acres. We cultivate area approximate right now 11 acres. And after that due to some problem is there while doing like bore failing, all this there. We can come to the 10 acres. This is the idea of 3 years. And we developed one equipment that is the agriculture mini tractor. Why we will go to that? Because basically 1 acre we are getting like the plant extracting like cultivated area, not like in net area. The net area goes to net beds. For example, 45 beds per acre. While using 1.16 feet bed to bed width. If this is like highest net yield, if so in between the weeding is going on there. So for weeding removing purpose, 13% investment in manufacturing process. So that is very highest use point. So for that purpose, for example, if we will use tractor in between this, the 5.6 feet the distance is there. So 50% cultivate area is decreases while using the tractor. So while we using our mini tractor, so the 50% will increases. Yeah, this is like a demonstration purpose with respect to dimensions. Yeah, this is our this is the base model, not like final model. This is the base model we developed in this. Right now we are developing 2 models, that is excavator using the wheel. We are using the wheel like excavator for stabilizing purpose and constant like moving with. This is the tractor in the sense we have to attach different plow, tilling, cultivator, whatever maybe we have to attach it this, and also this is used for transporting. For example, we have to do a harvesting. For example, is 10 acres is there. One like manpower, like one worker will go to the like removing the tomato from there, and we have to completing the one bucket. The bucket will go fallen down and goes to that place. So in between time waste, efficiency will last, energy loss, all these things there. So this is also used for harvesting purpose, like transporting in our field. Our current plans is right now mainly doing an R&D on mini agriculture mini tractor. Finally, my output is it forms a robo in terms of automation with respect to the well designing, and also it is more affordable to the middle class and the lower class farmers. Might be it is well right now we developed this model approximately 80,000 rupees. That is the mini tractor with respect to the 4 hours battery charging. And also we took extra land And our main motto is that ultra low cost agriculture. So for that, we are thinking about made biofertilizers, biopesticides, organic solid fertilizers, liquid organic solid fertilizers, and organic pesticides. All these things we are made indigenously. We are not buying whatever material used in the crop. We are not buying it outside. Everything we have to make itself only. This is our goals of low cost agriculture manufacture, low cost agriculture, and we have to replace the chemical fertilizers, mainly urea. The urea cost per kg is 175 rupees at now, but the farmer giving 7 rupees. Remaining all the remaining cost is through subsidy only. So we have to replace our fertilizers. This is the very big market. And also we are thinking like our tonnage is not like bearable to this Vizag. We are thinking about do the export to some other areas. We are thinking like also we are plan to we have the way also, and we want also go to the A2 milk production. We want to go to highest A2 milk production and dry products. That is we are planning to that. And next future plans is that the production units of fertilizers, biofertilizers, biopesticides, solid organic fertilizers, and liquid. These are all units we have to manufacture. This is the planning of future plant, along with the biogas plant. That is our theme. This is the future plans right now I told you. Thank you.
Any question?
You have shown some mini tractor, right? Is that patented, sir?
No, not no. Right now we are not completed this this prototype. After completing the complete manufacturing with well design, we have to do the patent.
Okay.
Because of it have some changes is going on there.
Okay.
With respect to the automation, with respect to all these things.
Okay. Sir, normally you are explaining about using AI. Can you, is it possible to give a little brief on how you are using?
No, AI in the sense like take the data with respect to the logic.
Okay.
Yeah. So in the ground level, how much water is there? What type of disease is going on there? What is the wind velocity on there? What is the temperature? Based on the temperature, how it can be changed in the what all these things there. That AI equipment cost is 1 lakh. I took from Delhi.
Okay. Okay, sir. That's all.
For all of the data you just talked about, do you have sensors in the car?
Yeah, in the sensors.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, basically that equipment we bought from Delhi.
Okay.
But we are right now developing the robo, like a mini tractor. We are taking like right now it is you see in the base model. We have to think about it goes to the well designing with respect to the automation.
ఇప్పుడు స్నేక్స్ ఉన్నాయి కదా, ఏ యూజ్ చేసి స్నేక్స్ వాడాలి. స్నేక్ ఫీల్డ్లో తీసుకుని ఎవరి ప్లాంట్ని స్కానింగ్ చేసుకోవాలి. మన స్కానింగ్ అయిపోయాక ఏ ప్లాంట్ జీపీఎస్తో టోటల్ ఏరియాని మనం ఇచ్చేసుకుంటే ఏ ప్లాంట్లో డిసీజ్ ఉంది, ఏ ప్లాంట్కి పెస్ట్ ఉంది, ఏ ప్లాంట్ ఏ డెఫిషియన్సీతో ఉంది, ఎవ్రీథింగ్ అది ఐడెంటిఫై చేయగలం. ఆఫ్టర్ దాట్ వీఆర్ యూజింగ్ డ్రోన్. ద డ్రోన్ విల్ కమ్. ద డ్రోన్లో అన్నీ ఉంటాయి. ఏ పెస్టిసైడ్కి ఏమనుకుంటారు, ఎవ్రీథింగ్. ఆఫ్టర్ దట్ ఆ డ్రోన్ వెళ్ళి పర్టికులర్ ఆ పెస్ట్ ఉందంటే ఆ పెస్ట్ స్ప్రే చేస్తుంది. ఎవరు వాళ్ళ డ్రోన్స్ వాడుతున్నారు, మేము ఏమంటారు అంటే
దట్ ఈస్ ద ఫ్యూచర్ ప్లాన్.
దానిలో ఎవరు అంటే ప్రతిదీ సాల్వ్ చేయొచ్చు ఏ వాళ్ళు.
So right now that is the idea of future, not yet now, but now is going on developing one like mini tractor that is used for middle class farmers, and its cost affordable to less than 1 lakh. That is main target.
ఇంకోటి ఏంటంటే అందరికి వినబడుతుంది కదా, ట్రాక్టర్ కొనుక్కోవాలంటే మోర్ దెన్ 6 lakhs అవుతుంది. దాని ఇంప్లిమెంట్స్తో పాటుగా 8 to 9 lakhs అవుతుంది. ఇప్పుడు ఇదైతే ఇంప్లిమెంట్గా అంటే ఆ వెహికల్ 80,000 వస్తుంది. అండ్ ఇంప్లిమెంట్స్ ఆల్సో అరౌండ్ 20,000 to 30,000 లోపల వస్తాయి. దీనిలో అడ్వాంటేజ్ ఏంటంటే ల్యాండ్ ఇప్పుడు మీరు చూసారు కదా, ట్రాక్టర్ ఆల్మోస్ట్
5 to 6 feet, the width of that.
50% ల్యాండ్ వేస్ట్ అయిపోతుంది కల్టివేషన్. అదే వెహికల్ వాడితే 50% ల్యాండ్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది. ఆల్మోస్ట్ 80% ల్యాండ్ యూజ్ చేసుకోగలుగుతాం ఎకరాలు
కల్టివేటెడ్ ఏరియా.
అప్పుడు ఈల్డ్ కూడా ఆటోమేటిక్గా పెరుగుతుంది. చిన్న ఫార్మర్స్ కాబట్టి కొనుక్కోవడానికి కూడా అవైలబిలిటీలో ఉంటుంది. వాళ్ళు అన్ని వర్క్ కల్టివేట్ చేస్తారు.
సో ఇప్పుడు ఆర్గానిక్ ఫార్మింగ్ లో జనరల్ గా ఈల్డ్ కొంచెం
అంటే లేట్ గా వస్తుందని విన్నాను. అంటే దట్ ఈస్ ద మెయిన్ రీజన్ కదా. రీసెంట్ గా శ్రీలంకలో ఒక రూల్ పాస్ చేసి మొత్తం అందరూ ఆర్గానిక్ చేయాలని. సడన్ గా వాళ్ళు ఆర్గానిక్ షిఫ్ట్ అవ్వగానే దానివల్ల పెద్ద అంటే ఎకనామిక్ గా కొలాప్స్ వచ్చింది.
జరిగే మిస్టేక్ చెప్తా. శ్రీలంకలో ఏమైందంటే వాళ్ళకి ఫర్టిలైజర్స్ లేవు, వాళ్ళకి కౌస్ లేవు. బేసికల్ మన దేశంలో కౌస్ చాలా ఎక్కువ. ఈవెన్ కౌ బేసిక్ గా ఆర్గానిక్ ఫార్మింగ్ కొనాల్సింది కౌస్. వాళ్ళ దేశంలో కౌసే లేవు ఎక్కువ. లేక ఫర్టిలైజర్ మొత్తం బయట కొనుక్కుంటే ఆర్గానిక్ ఫార్మింగ్ ఎలా అవుతుంది? అది
బై యూజింగ్ ఫెర్టిలైజర్స్ అవుట్ సైడ్ ఇట్ గోస్ టు అగైన్ 3 lakhs per acre.
అదే ఓన్ తయారు చేసుకుంటే 1 lakh లోపల అయిపోతుంది. 2 lakhs ఫార్మర్ మిగులుతుంది. అట్ ద సేమ్ టైం ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ కానీ ఇండియాలో అమ్ముకున్నా సరే మోర్ దెన్ 5 to 6 lakhs గెయిన్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. అది శ్రీలంక ఛాన్స్ లేదు. టోటల్ కెమికల్ తో అన్ఫెర్టైల్ అయిపోయింది ల్యాండ్. అందుకే ఆర్గానిక్ వచ్చింది కూడా అందుకే. అంటే ఫ్రీగా అయిపోతుంది అనుకుని వచ్చారు వాళ్ళు. చైనా వాళ్ళు సప్లై చేస్తారని మాట ఇచ్చి వాళ్ళు చేతులు ఎత్తారు. ఇంకా చేయలేక తెలిపోయినారు.
సో జియోగ్రఫికల్ అడ్వాంటేజ్ అనేది చాలా కీ అన్నమాట.
ఇన్ ఇండియా ఆర్గానిక్ ఫార్మింగ్ ఈజ్ వెరీ because of that much of resources are available in India when compared to the other areas. With respect to the climate, with respect to the source of materials, with respect to the knowledge already existable, right now it is explored.
Thank you. We'll move on to the next presentation, the startup pitching. Thank you so much.
Thanks for participating in all this.
Nothing more than that.
Good evening, everyone. I don't think I need a mic. I think.
You need it because of the YouTube.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Prithvi. I'm from Asian Dynamic Solutions. So, a little about myself right before we go in. I'm also a former student from AU. So, I studied here for a few years and I went out and I was studying. So, a little bit about me. So, what do we do? What do we do and what are we here for? So, we're going to start off very quickly. So, our idea is we're more into the software part of it. So, it's not a physical product like some of the other people talk about. We are a software product. So, what is the underlying principle of why we're doing this, or what are the issues? So, I don't know if everyone can see. This is a sample pipeline of how new medicines are created. In a nutshell, you have R&D. So, you have research that goes on that's for new drug technology, new drugs, whatever it is. And then these, whatever research is there, it has to be validated. So, for that, it can either be clinical drugs or whatever kind of research procedures they have. There is some sort of validation that happens. And once this is done, once validation is done, everything is good, okay, all okay, then it goes to manufacturing. In a nutshell, it's a very simple 3-step process, but in reality, there are thousands of iterations that go on in it. Because they research something, then they go to validation, oh, it doesn't work, it goes back to research, they do something else, validation, doesn't work, and goes on. We all saw how this is at COVID. We had vaccines, and it's miraculous how quickly we had decently high efficacy numbers for vaccines. So what is the main challenge? I wish this was, so all pharma companies, they have quality control and all of that. So at the end of the day, the drug that's coming out, it is under quality control. You know that they have some standards that they're meeting and it's safe and they have some numbers. When it comes to large-scale pharma companies, they have enough manpower and money to make sure that not just at the time of research and when it goes into manufacturing, but also through the line. Now, everyone uses Dolo 650. Everyone knows what the drug is. But everyone knows it as the brand name. No one knows what the actual drug is. The drug is paracetamol. So the 10,000 manufacturers paracetamol.
Yes, Crocin.
Crocin, exactly. But how many of these people, manufacturers actually make sure that, why do you use Dolo 650? Because 10 years ago it was using this, it was effective as effective back then versus as effective right now. There's a lot of third-party generic manufacturers that do maintain drug quality, but they notice that there is some minor changes in manufacturing that causes efficacies to go down. And so exactly this is the point we're coming at. Large-scale manufacturers have the capex and they have the manpower and money to monitor this kind of efficacy changes and the impact that the drug is having on the patients itself. When it comes to small-scale pharma and medium-scale pharma, they know they have to analyze this data. They know this data exists. They might even have the data. A lot of them have the data. They just don't have the opportunity and time to analyze this data. So this is a very big problem because until they analyze this data, they cannot make changes in R&D. They cannot make new validations. Their manufacturing process is not changing. So in places like this, that is where we wanted to come in. Our idea was to address some of these issues that some of these pharmaceutical companies are having. So in isolated pockets, R&D is doing their job, validation is doing their job, manufacturers doing their job. In everyone's book, everyone's doing well. But in reality, the patient is the one who's affected because he or she is getting a drug that is slightly less working and it gets periodically worse. So in terms of this, they're all going back towards large-scale pharmaceutical drugs, but small-scale people are losing out. So in instances like this is where we wanted to build a data fabric and the framework where we can provide insights into pharmaceutical companies and biomed companies into how their things work.
Yeah, so it's a very, very big market. When you're looking at pharmaceutical manufacturing, the data platforms necessary for doing the R&D, the data monitoring and optimizations, these are like billions of dollars worth of businesses. So there's a lot of space for people, who understand what's happening in the manufacturing process, the drug research process, to actually play a critical role in making these changes happen. So our target market is basically mid-sized pharmaceutical companies, which means that these are companies with anywhere between like 900 to 1,500 employees, which means that along with the marketing, research, and manufacturing and everything that they need to do, they also need to maintain large software development teams to actually solve the problems which they're dealing with. Like they have a ton of data coming in. How do we deal with all of this? How do we organize all this data? And those are the people who actually need the help from a company like ours and the technology that we are building. And that's exactly what we want to target in the coming years. So the way we are doing this is essentially developing what we call a data fabric. The idea is kind of like, it's basically like an infrastructure that is very, very easy to deploy and develop. So if somebody needs, and we're doing this in the context of, understanding, what the R&D needs and R&D manufacturing and operation needs for pharmaceutical companies are. Which means that with our goal at the end of the day is that given a certain kind of a requirement, like if we're working with company A, we would be able to rapidly deploy whatever solution they need in less than a week as soon as we get the requirements. So that is what we are aiming for, and that is what our data fabric allows, because it will allow automatic API generation. Everything is done through contracts. Everything is kind of thought through in terms of how processes need to get integrated in the larger scale. So our strategy right now is to spend the first phase of our company just doing like our software development work, getting into market, validating our data fabric in both healthcare, pharma, and in some cases if we have interest in any other sectors. The reason why we are doing this is because there's a lot of learnings we can take from other sectors too that we can get back into pharma and biotech, and that is the reason why we're building the data fabric, which is validated. Because once we go for pharma companies, you need to cross all the hurdles you need to do, and the more we validate beforehand, we'll have a better chance at like succeeding in our goal. The second part of what we are doing is basically developing ML modules. So the idea for optimization, process optimization, and manufacturing optimization and everything is that by developing like the infrastructure and pipelines for running like different kinds of ML modules, we would be able to start addressing key features and giving them benefit for actually having our product, a value add more than whatever they're thinking. it'll become a lot more easier for their scientists to actually sit down and actually solve their own problems. And once we're able to do that, our goal is to go beyond that and actually serve, like India's actual need for like new medicines, going everywhere from like biosimilars to like thinking about like new drug formulations and everything. There's a lot of space that we can do, and by allowing us to like develop to that point, we'll be able to staff enough scientists and engineers in our company who would be able to start solving these specific problems, and we'd have all the infrastructure which the farmers themselves will be using it by that point. So that is our larger vision and strategy and how we want to grow. So my name is Krishna. This is my brother Prithvi, and we both are representing Aegean Dynamic. We are actually looking for interns in the coming months. Not right now, but we do plan on taking on more people. So please feel to reach out to us if you're interested, or we are happy to chat if there are other things where we can help you guys out with. Thank you.
Any questions?
Are there anybody in this space from India?
Well, I know a lot of people who are in this space, but a lot of them live in California and Boston. So I know a lot of founders who are doing similar kind of work. But as far as I know, nobody's targeting mid-size and medium-sized pharmaceutical companies with a specific kind of an approach we are doing. There are people who work in this space. It's at the end of the day, there are a lot of companies who do this kind of work. But what we are trying to gear it towards is, because right now there's been a lot of changes in how like the financial landscape of biotech has happened in the last few years after COVID, because they had a ton of money for a bunch of time. So everybody hired, and in the last 6 months, half these people got fired too. And almost every company is downsizing, they're repivoting, they're trying to figure out what they need to do right now. So this is the right time to actually get into the space and start solving problems they need, because they don't have the money to burn on this. So having these kinds of platform technologies will help them. There are other players, but at the end of the day, it's a very big market. There are enough problems to solve. So if we are smart about it, we can capture a good chunk of this, and that's our aim.
I just want, like, nobody has any questions.
Just to understand the pharmaceutical space, is it an oligopoly thing, or how is it? Like the manufacturing? Because if it's an oligopoly, or let's say duopoly or monopoly, so that's when these mid-sized pharmaceutical companies might need your help, right? That's it.
I'll answer that.
Yeah.
So, you're right. A lot of the major players are very big players. It's not just big like how oil companies control. But this is where there's a lot of interaction with government policies. And in recent times, India has been one of them that's been trying to forefront generic drug distribution. So if you talk to any doctor right now, back in the day, they describe, so I'll take the same Dolo example. They'll say Dolo 650. But now I don't know if the rule is already passed, they're not allowed to write the drug name anymore. I have to check on that. But right now, all doctors are told to write paracetamol and the dosage. So you see, now they're not trying to promote any particular brand of a drug. They just want to write the drug. So in foreign countries, many of the countries, they only prescribe the drug. Where it's coming from, that's secondary. So that is where generic manufacturers, smaller manufacturers have a big impetus from the government to say, okay, scale of production, because now it doesn't matter. Now it's always supply and demand. At the end of the day, the pharmacy will buy the cheapest paracetamol. He'll always keep his top shelf drugs, but everything else will always be the cheapest one. But we don't want cheap product. We want quality product for a good price. And for that, the companies is insight into what's working versus what's not working, or if something is not working the way it's supposed to be. And those insights are there, but they don't have access to it. So we should be able to provide them the access to those insights.
So it's basically you are trying to create a laboratory information management system plus the track of all their compliances, basically.
Partly, yes.
Yes. Technically, you would treat them like separate sectors, because laboratory information management systems are complex beasts of their own. And the biggest problem usually is that the scientists don't want to change what they're doing. That is, at the end of the day, that will be the problem.
But the traceability and stuff.
Yeah. So if we can actually provide a new layer for that one, and we are able to find the right government support and the kind of industry support for that, definitely, as you're saying, that would be a place where we could excel and be the first movers over there. But and to answer part of your question about oligopoly or not, it's hierarchies are there. The big guys are massive and they're very, very massive, and essentially the small guys sell them the drugs at some point. They sell the R&D. So there's like different business models which different mid-sized pharmaceutical companies take. So which is why, but the other thing is, and this is where I think we have an India advantage, is that a lot of the manufacturing, at least for pharmaceutical ingredients, happens in India. And so what we are hoping also is that as we are building out the stage 2 and stage 3 platforms, right, we are able to bring in like the latest techniques in like AAV drug manufacturing and all of that stuff from places which I know SMEs working in the space, like subject matter experts in the space. So we can start pulling a lot of that technology and start doing like new kinds of manufacturing techniques in India. And a lot of that is software driven. You might not realize it, but optimizing your process your process and everything is purely mathematical and model driven. Like you develop models to see if it works or not, and then you keep iterating to make sure that there's less variation in what you're making and everything. But I think I'll hand it off to the next team. Yeah, happy to answer more questions if you guys have.
Thank you.
Thank you. You want to just give a 2-minute thing on what you're going to talk about, and
give the glimpse.
Yeah, without the presentation, kind of a teaser. And again, sincerely apologize for the problems, but we'll get that fixed.
Good evening, all. First of all, things not went wrong. I wish that, but unfortunately, it went wrong. Exactly 15 months before I pitched my idea here in front of the people like Srinivas sir and Alok, in front of those, I got some great inputs from them. Now they invited me to give some guest speech. It's very honor to me and I feel very happy. And today I wish to give one speech on the blockchain evolution. I can't say I can't give the complete things to you. Now the time is running out now and I have other meetings also at 6 p.m. So I'm giving just small glimpse on it, what I'm going to speak on the next session if they give the time to me. Yeah. In the time of 2008, at the time of US economic collapse, there was a white paper circulated on the internet. I think all may know, all aware of it. That white papers have the name with Satoshi Nakamoto. Who may aware of it? Everybody, right? I think, I personally think every invention comes from the need. Every invention comes from the need. Some inventions might be come from that, accidentally invented. Some are came from the need. Like that, in the collapsing of economy stage, one white paper circulating on the internet, that white paper promoting one cryptocurrency called Bitcoin. I think all may aware of it. Bitcoin. And that Satoshi Nakamoto also introducing the technology called blockchain. Now people aware of the blockchain. It was a revolutionary technology and I'm damn sure about it. In the future, will blockchain only the thing take over all the security concern of all the data in the hand? Only the blockchain has the capability to take that. So in the next session, whenever they give the time, I will going to speak on that topic. Thank you for that.
Satish, before you go, one quick question before you go. So you were also going to talk about startups in the blockchain field as a part of your presentation speech today. So how many startups are there in India? Any in Vizag other than you?
Yeah, knowledge don't know. I mean, in my knowledge, there is 10 to 15 startups from the Vizag. Basically, all are from the NFTs background. Non-fungible token, I think all may aware of it. Non-fungible startups are mostly from, I aware of 12 startups from the Vizag only. And I delivered, I mean, I personally worked for that applications for that around 6 startups I worked for that. And in India, there is a lot of big fishes all are available, like Polygon or different companies there. They are really big fishes in the market who are in the blockchain sector.
Thank you. We will definitely have you on the 20th. Our next meeting is going to be the third Saturday. As in case anyone is new here, our Startup Saturdays meeting happen on the first and third Saturday of every month. And so the next one is going to be 14 days from now, which is the 20th of January, after your Sankranti vacation and all of that. We will currently, as of now, we've got Professor Venture Capital mentor. Let me just call him a mentor. Mr. Guhesh from IIM Vishakhapatnam, who has agreed to be a speaker over here in the next session. So you are going to, if you're not a part of the Startup Saturdays group, please reach out to Tejaswini and maybe Shazin also, and you should be able to, and of course, Junaid, you should be able to join our Startup Saturdays group. They'll give you the QR code or the link for it, and you'll get all the information. In the next meeting, we're going to have Guhesh speak, and we will also, if Satish has the time, we would definitely want you back there. The poster may not have your name again, because we had already put your poster in this one. We'll figure it out, but we'll definitely have a slot for you. So please block your date so that you can come and speak. And we'll test these out beforehand so that we don't face a problem. So we'll conclude over here. There are snacks outside. You can have them while you network, meet with people over here. Just once again, for a couple of you who walked in late, we have a hackathon on the 27th and 28th on healthcare and wellness. We have a drone triathlon that's going to happen on the 27th of this month. And we have a two-day workshop on ideation on the 30th and 31st of this month, as well as maybe you'll get to know more about them in the next meeting anyway. But in case you happen to miss out that, you should be able to get that information in the Startup Saturdays. Once again, with apologies for not getting the projector working. Thank you very much for your patience. Have a nice evening. Have a nice weekend. We will see you again on the 20th. If we don't see you at our hub before that, please have snacks. They're just outside. Thank you.
So group photo.
Yeah. Can you all please come up here so that we can have a quick group photo?
ఇందులోనే తీయాలి.
ఓకే.
సేవ్ చేయాలి సెషన్ అండ్